Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Team Fortress TV coverage of this ETF2L Premiership presented to you by TT Sports. It's week 5, and it's a match between Made in Germany and TLR, the last resort, the number 1 and 2 teams right now on the tables. Joining me to bring it all to you this evening is my favorite Irishman in the world. It's Admirable. How are you doing?
How many Irishmen do you actually know?
I mean, I could probably count it on one hand. I don't know. It could be just you.
Still
I'm not
your
sure.
favorite.
Yeah, but we've got actually between the top 2 teams in Prem this evening, and we're playing Process, and Viaduct after that. So, how are you feeling about this? It should be a hell of a matchup, considering how these guys have been doing this far this season.
Oh man, I'm actually feeling a little tired right now. We've been waiting for 30 minutes for these guys to sort out the goddamn server and agree on one. And they couldn't even agree on one. We're going to switch servers in the second map, but hopefully everything will be pretty smooth, because we have John here working on the technical side of things. But in terms of the actual game, I'm just so frustrated right now. I'm going to call a Made in Germany roll. How about that? Just
wow.
Let that hang in the air.
Easy as that, huh? I don't know. We haven't had much in the way of Preds in the Twitch chat right now, so while we wait for this one to start, if you guys do have predictions as to how it's going to play out, let us know, obviously. But Made in Germany been having a hell of a season, and we watched a few of their roles right here on TFTV so far. Shouldn't say roles. I mean, that's maybe a bit unfair, but they've been having an all right time. They haven't encountered too much resistance, have they? So far, anyway.
They really haven't, but TLR were tipped at the start of the season to be a kind of a big deal. Then Heiss got or dropped himself from the roster. Then he came back, but they've lost a lot of ground there. Like they haven't been practicing. They needed to be playing constantly to get up to the level of Made in Germany. I feel they're not there right now, and they actually are missing Rising, their superstar soldier. Get this, they had Clara in on practice for the warm-up game, but now they've actually decided to ditch Clara, and it looks like they're going to use Nox. What's that all about? What a vote of no confidence. You play for an hour with these guys, and like, nah, you're terrible.
Have him in, and then are not going to have him in. So we're going to see Nox as a guest playing on the TLR team today, playing Soldier in place of Rising, who we've seen for most of the season, half and half of the season, I guess. But, yeah, absolutely. TLR are looking to kind of make up for lost time, as some people have said. Even though Heiss, though, has this injury, I mean, we saw him play recently. I don't know, man. Bionic shoulder is what I'm going to call him, because I think he doesn't need to scrim. I think that's what has been said, is he's not scrimming. He's just playing the little warm-ups in the matches, and, I mean, he's still got it. Shoulder
he doesn't need to scrim to beat bad teams, but this is the best of the best in Europe right now.
That's true.
One thing I want to jump on real quick is to mention that we are going to be giving away one of those TT Esports Pyrus mouse pads. Mouse pad, I believe it is. Is that right?
Mouse mats. I don't know. Well, I live in Ireland, so we say up here mouse mats.
Yeah, we were just debating this off there, guys.
Yeah.
I said mouse pad and Getawhale almost had kittens right there.
You said mouse mat. I say mouse pad. That's what I'm used to. North America, everything's backwards here. But there is a Pyrus mouse pad that we're going to be giving away, Admirable.
Yeah, the question is going to be, how many damage points will the winning team produce on the second map? And that includes any golden cap. So you don't have to submit your answers right now, but if you do want to enter, just head over to etf2l.org, and it should be the first or second news post. It should have been the first, but somebody bumped that Highlander post. Damn you, Highlander. But it's the one about this match, and you can just put the number in there. It's going to be, maybe 40 to 50,000, a big range of numbers there. But that's going to be on the second map, which looks like it's going to be Viaduct. So no idea how that's going to play out, but could be an even bigger range of numbers on there.
It could be. Some people are talking about Viaduct because they're wondering how TLR is going to do on Viaduct. I mean, traditionally we see a lot of close matches on Koth maps, especially Viaduct, but I don't know. It's been TLR's kind of bugaboo, that map, a little bit.
Yeah, they have definitely struggled with it, even before the Team Fortress TV Invitational number 2. Like they said, they hate it, Viaduct. They really were upset when I put it as the map for the first round in that cup, and they subsequently went on to lose the first round and then went out in the second or third. But they don't get to choose the maps here in ETF2L. All the maps are played throughout the 7 weeks, but it looks like we're going to go live, Getawhale.
We are indeed. So, what are we watching on this first mid? I want to watch the bionic shoulder himself, Heist. So, following him out to mid now, and missing a little bit of a different rollout here. He's coming in through sewer area, which is interesting.
Yeah, I think he knows
get...
that Cadis is going to be super fast here. Cadis is already in middle. He's just spamming out stickies, waiting for everyone to get there for like 5 seconds to finally show up.
Wow! Mirland down already. Both soldiers jumping at once for Made in Germany, and they're not waiting on this mid by any means. They still have 4 players up. It's just Kyler and Callow right now who are going to be down any second for TLR, it looks like. Although Kyler picked out Samzy, so there's a nice little pick, but we're going to call that mid for Made in Germany. Thoughts on that mid? Yeah, obviously we knew Cadis was going to be there. He's kind of the rollout king on this map, but really aggressive by their whole team, huh?
Yeah, I think Cadis had a great raid there. The fact he was there so early gave him a lot of time to realise that Heist wasn't coming through choke. So he probably figured it was a sewer rollout. And if your demo man is pushing from sewer, you basically know the whole team is going to try and stack that right hand side from their perspective anyway. So Cadis just spammed over to call the soldiers to jump in, and they went into a sort of meat grinder right there. But oh, look at this bomb forward here. The Ubers come in. Heist gets isolated per positioning there from him. Demo man down. That's going to give them free reign to cap and push here. They can continue to try and hunt down more frags, but Cadis gets flanked.
Cadis, big meat shot onto Cadis, and he's down as well. Now they're going to bomb in and try to pick out... Look at this, right in time there's an Uber pop by Mirland, and that might be enough to block this, although Soldier got up above here. Look at this, we've got Gear up top. Wow. Gear was up top on the top level, distracting a couple of the players on TLR, and that's all they needed for Made in Germany to take the first point.
Yeah, Mirland must be a little bit frustrated by that. He had sort of Ubered there to buy time and stall out, but his players that were invulnerable couldn't get any frags.
So let's see it, this mid.
Oh yeah, there's Heist rolling in reasonably well timed that gets the med pack. Cadis didn't even contest that middle. I'm not sure if he fluffed his rollout, but Heist had an opportunity to stay up there, but he's actually gone down to a bomb from Gear. Rick does avenge him, and Sam gets Rick and knocks. Sam with the 3k!
Wow!
Oh, these scouts are just running riot here, and they managed to keep Dune alive.
Another mid, and a very convincing mid for Made in Germany, and my goodness, Admirable. Are TLR gonna... What are they gonna do on these mids? That's 2 in a row where they've just been dominated. Not able to get any height advantage at all, not able to pressure or be aggressive too much at all before getting taken out.
Yeah, I feel like Heist thought it was Christmas. He arrived at middle and Cadis wasn't even there. He was like, wow. Then Gear comes in, just takes him out of the picture right there. And if Heist is down, you know, he's their caller, he's probably their main damage dealer as well. Things are a little bit flaky. Like, these guys couldn't even continue in the season without Heist. They had to get him back from his sick bed.
Out of his deathbed, back now, and we have a little exchange here. It's second for Ubers. The only player down right now is Callow, and Heist trying to just put out damage and see... Now he picks the medic! And so Thune going down there, nice work by Heist sticking with it, just waiting the Uber out. Going down though, and now the only player up for Made in Germany is going to be Bash. And so we want to cover a lot of ground here and get back to mid. It doesn't look like they got one forward spawn maybe? They didn't get any forward spawns. So getting back out into it, and we're going to get this cap going down, but what's going to happen now after the cap? We see this aggressive, really aggressive play out of Bash and Gear. Bash was at the top of the scoreboard for Made in Germany, and we're used to seeing that.
That was pretty impressive right there. Even with those couple of forward spawns they got, they sent the heavy classes in because they knew the scouts were going to spawn a few seconds later.
Yep.
And you saw Gear and Ips going in there, creating a lot of space, buying time. They didn't get to block the cap, but they got enough frags to mean that really the only option TLR had was to back out or take on an engagement where they're outnumbered, and they didn't want to do that. But look at this, Heist is hiding in spawn here. He's going to get a few stickies on the point, dead, but doesn't get a frag.
And wow, that's real luck there. I thought he was going to pull one out. We saw him last time doing such work and picked Thune last time around, but this time getting nothing. And now holding on to Uber. Both teams have Uber. We'll see how they play this out.
Going to see Made in Germany take control of the lobby. Actually, they're going to lead straight in with Cadis here. They might have thought they had a little advantage, but they've just gone in with that single Uber. They're going to have the full 8 seconds to get their demo man in and out. Nox wants to give chase here. This is classic Nox play, but he can't land the shotguns onto Thune. He's giving the runaround. Nox is still chasing him down.
Look at this. Look at this, finally. Ips going down there as well. My goodness. Some jukes and some jives, Admirable. And look at this, Samsy's trying to come in behind if he can. Surprise the demo. Samsy's gonna, oh, he goes down there. Other scout now gonna try it.
Oh,
Dash
Galio
goes
in from
down as
behind
well.
with that black box. And the scouts might have thought they had that, but they didn't have their rear view mirror on, man. They didn't know that Portuguese soldier was lurking right behind them there. Both medics went down in that engagement though, so it is going to be pretty much an even Uber fight. There's 8% in favour for Dun, but by the time you actually get round to pushing, it's probably not going to be worth much. But interesting to see the way Nox wanted to play that Uber like he's here as a merc tonight. He's not their usual soldier, but he's playing way he normally likes to play, you know, going in deep with these Uber charges. And he actually caught them out that time. Maybe that'll be a little bit of a wake-up call for Made in Germany. We have team comms tonight, man.
Yeah, I was
Maybe-
just thinking,
maybe-
you read my mind. Why don't we listen in on TLR and see what they're thinking?
They're in on rollout. One rollout.
Solid head running rollout.
Someone's looking at bottom right rake.
Going for ammo.
Tell me if they use crits.
And what the fuck is door open? There's nobody in rollout. I mean, bottom
I
right.
think if it crits, we're gonna crit from
Hold
far
roll
left.
Okay, I can't really come out to you, sniper. Come to me.
Wait. Just check where they are.
They might have a
One's
spy
pretty
because
far
they're
left.
very slow, like they're not even peeking.
Coming lobby.
Medic is
lobby.
top left.
They might have sniper.
We're
They're
gonna
very
force. We're gonna
pushing.
force. We're gonna try the
left.
force.
Somebody
Solid
floor.
weak.
Oh, force!
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
sorry, my fault, sorry.
Got lobby.
Let's go, let's go. Just
Just hold. We can hold. We can hold.
take
We have two
sentry,
down.
take sentry rate, quick.
Too late.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Just a
Won't get
cure,
it.
maybe? No? No, that's fine. Just
1
stay.
second.
Just.
Wow, we got to talk about that drop.
Ah, my goodness, gear from in Germany. That's the perfect outcome. What do you think of that?
Wow, like you would expect a lot more from Maryland. He's one of the greatest medics ever witnessed here in Europe. He's got some crazy moves, but he just had a total brain fart there. Should have hit that Uber button. Now we're going to see Made in Germany enter in here, Getawhale.
Yeah, I'm surprised. So here comes the Uber for blue, and the heavy going to try to do as much work as he can. Still up, as a matter of fact. That's Kyler on heavy, but still keeping this presence here, and he's thinking about running in. He still has his heals up, luckily. Maryland does have 68%. And without... Oh, with the heavy going down, though, and now it's Maryland trying to take on everybody.
He got
He's
the
just
saw
standing
there.
there.
He got the Uber saw to get the Uber, pops off to save the point, but there's still a lot of blue players on all angles here. They're trying to fight multiple fights, but it's just those two. Maryland
Yeah,
needs
that
to go
can't
to
be
the
it.
point. Oh, they're not going to get it.
He did his best. I mean, you have to hand it to Maryland there, blocking the cap with the Uber and just standing
Well,
there and laughing.
He did
but,
drop that Uber, you know.
Well, I mean, that's you know, one of those things. Suddenly, we're looking at 2-0, and it's in favor of Made in Germany. Although TLR starting to turn it on a little bit here. You have to wonder what it's like having Nox in. That they're probably not used to playing with Nox. I mean, he's obviously one of the most skilled players that you can name, but.
Oh, big air shot there. Nox actually denies one of the soldiers there. And Made in Germany's health is looking pretty weak. Like that whole middle fight, Heist came in, was very sheepish moving forward, just took the med pack quite late in the middle. And then his whole team moved forward and they were ready. It was like they were
Here we
waiting
go.
for the aggression from Made in Germany.
Look at this, Nox is just dying, raring to go. He was inspired before anyone else. And so TLR mopping the floor there on that mid and very convincing, holding on to their Uber now. It's pretty much perfect, and they'll have a good chance now to try to come in at least once on this last point.
Let's hear how they want to do it.
Coming back.
Need to do proper push. Sorry, demo scout. Bosco, you have to rush for the points.
Okay. Okay, I'm
No
coming up.
sticky.
Sticky here.
I remove sticky and go.
Right, I'm here now.
Let's go, sticky.
Go.
Let's go,
Hold
Mira.
on.
Go.
Wavering.
Your
Uber.
point, scouts.
Focus heavy. Focus.
Point.
Point. No sticky point.
Out.
Sorry, low.
They can win. You can win this.
Medic's weak, medic's weak.
Nice.
Nice.
Side.
Here we go.
Jesus, that was weird.
Wow, you hear how much Nox is taking control of the cons here? Usually it's Heist calling the shots.
That's interesting. I mean, we all know how smart Nox is as a player, but you know, coming in as a merc in this match, it's interesting to sort of take real control of those comms. But it worked out. I mean, TLR suddenly is back in this. We've got 2-1. They looked very convincing on this mid, and let's see how this one goes down. Right away, Kate is down for Made in Germany, and that's going to be bad news. Down goes Gear as well.
Both scouts of TLR playing super passive there, waiting
Everyone
for the soldiers to jump in.
Yeah, I mean,
Gear and Ips having a tough time there with their normal soldier aggression. That TLR just sitting back and waiting for them to come.
Yeah, I mean, Semzi and Bash are obviously two really, really good scouts, and it was possible that they could have maybe tried to clean up a little bit there, but it didn't work out. And now Red has switched over to Crits Krieg, so TLR with momentum and maybe banking on this Crits.
Yeah, they're going to have an advantage off of that as well. There's a little bit of a scrappy fight going on here in the PC area. As Kyler gets cleaned up by Ips, he's going to respawn. He has a chance to off-class, but with this Crits Krieg, I'm not sure if they really need any other utility here. Oh, it looks like Mig want to come in straight at without that overcharge though.
Yeah.
This might end poorly for them, but look at the health in TLR. They've been caught totally off guard. So many of them are weak and looking for that exit. But the crits is going to come up. This could be a game changer. Is there anyone to actually crit here, Getawhale?
There's no one. They've got to get the hell out. They got to start thinking about second point. But look at this chase. They want to. Here comes Cadis now, all the way in. And they've got over to face, and they know it. They're going to try to crit what they can.
Drops.
Oh, they
drops
got Dune! That was Rake that picked him out, I believe?
Yeah, he actually got with the crater, but he must have. That was Ips that died to the crater. I think Rake killed Thun. My kill feed is looking a bit messed up right now.
The kill feed said Rake, yeah, but my god, dropping his full Uber, and the crits was pop, but that's not as big of a story as Thun dropping that Uber, and so big old 40% advantage now on crits for TLR, who are going to recap mid. Third. They're going to be looking damn good, Admirable. That was a huge clutch play. I mean, I would call that almost a game changer.
Yeah, now both medics have dropped one charge apiece. And I mean, if they'd have known that Merlin was running crits right there, he would have been happy to pop relatively early, but he was probably trying to milk it a little bit longer. Here comes the Crits Krieg. Wow, soldier crits. They haven't found any frags with it just yet, though. Everybody's just evaporated there, Made in Germany doing the Ninja Vanish, Getawhale.
Yeah, Merlin now down, and so wondering, is he going to stick with this crits or not? It hasn't been amazing, and I don't know, we'll see. He hasn't respawned or gotten any heals back out yet.
They're just getting chased out. Oh, he makes it as well, spawn, but dies.
God, he was at what, 80-85%? The meds are going back to regular Uber now, and so with that big Thun drop, it's going to be a slight advantage for TLR. If we don't see a big med drop again, and now the soldiers are going out of here at second a little bit.
Yeah, this is a really smart play there for Made in Germany. Even though their medic just died, they're not going to sit on last and cry in their lederhosen or whatever Germans do. They go out, they fight for that spire, and they're going to push all the way into middle here, and they've got position already. This is really tough. Even though they don't have heals on that midpoint, TLR just don't have the position. They don't want to come through that choke and eat all that spam. And that's just something very small there, but that was impressive. That took a lot of bravado right there from Made in Germany.
Yeah, and so calling fake charges TLR, but they're at 80, so they are getting pretty close, and they have an advantage still over Made in Germany. The Germans just trying to get some picks, but look how aggressive they're playing. Both of the soldiers are all the way in, and they're getting chased away a little bit now by Rake. It's going to be a little fight in the sewer area.
As well. No demo man here to control the choke point. There's a soldier close though, is it Gear? Oh, he tries to step in onto the medic there to get the force onto Merlin, but he wasn't even over the crest of that little rump, and he's going to be able to hold on to his charge here. I'm not sure if Made in Germany have any more tricks up their sleeve to get that force there.
I don't know. With Bash and Gear and Cadis down, I think this has to be the time for TLR to push.
Absolutely.
I don't know how many times they're going to hold on without Bash, Gear, and Cadis, three very strong players. That strong flank plus their strong demo.
See right there, like, TLR had the Uber advantage and they all just stopped to cap the point. If that was Made in Germany, I can almost guarantee you that you would have pushed ahead and like left one guy to cap. They would have tried to use the advantage, but now it's going to be an equal Uber fight here. And it looks like TLR are trying to feel out their opponents around this choke area, but nobody from Made in Germany is going to give them any free frags. Actually, look, there's two of them three holding pretty close in the PC area, looking to get any cheap kills. There's an Uber force there, Getawhale.
Wow. And Demo now, Cadis is alone. He's getting pressured by this scout now. and the soldier, and Katie's in trouble. Katie's going to go down, and so that's the demo down for Made in Germany. This recap is going on. Meanwhile, in the background, there's a scout capping mid. It's Bash. The med's going to come out. Maryland was almost dead and decided to just throw some needles in there. Why not?
Oh wow, we just saw Made in Germany really picking their fight there. They didn't even hardly invest any players all in that Uber exchange, and they just smashed the flank open right there. Came in from that PC area, started at the back cap. TLR didn't know what to do, and didn't end well for them. Both there's Maryland back on the field as well, and it's going to be Medigun again. No Kritzkrieg just yet.
Yeah, and we've hit the halfway point here now, so if you guys are just joining us here on teamfortress.tv, it is 2-1 right now in favor of Made in Germany, and we've got 14 minutes to go on this first map, and it's been pretty even. Started off a little strong for Made in Germany, but TLR is right back in it.
Yeah, I'm watching Rake snipe right now. He hasn't really managed to do much. Oh, Thune is in his crosshair, but he can't connect the shot. He got launched just beyond the crate there, but previous to that, Gear and Ipsa tried to make a big play through the PC area, pushing from middle, and eventually goes down, chased down by Nox, super sub.
Oh, Rake picked out Samsy, who was trying to pressure him and chase him down, and I think that Rake switching on to Sniper is kind of it can be a hit or miss. It can be an all or nothing situation. If he can get important snipes and get maybe a med pick, I think it'll be fantastic for TLR, but if he can't, if he gets pressured down, oh my god!
Air shot, hello!
Yeah, so that's the first big air shot. Gear going down. My goodness. But yeah, Rake on that Sniper, if he can pick something out, it's great, but if he can't, and if he gets pressured down, it might hurt TLR a little bit.
Yeah, like he doesn't seem to be hitting many important headshots. Like that frag he got on Samsy was sort of like after the fight had been won.
Yeah.
But it's the threat of the Sniper, I suppose, plays a little bit into the psychology of Made in Germany. It sort of zones you out in certain areas, and they keep losing players. This has been a horrible passage of play for Made in Germany.
They're coming
They've never
right
had
in.
6 up for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, they're going to come right in and just chip away on last, and it looks good. They're going to have to run the hell out. Look at this. They don't. The Uber's pop. I don't think they even needed it there, as fairly easy last cap for TLR there. 6-on-2 situation.
I feel like there's a bit of frustration creeping in there into the Made in Germany side. They find themselves losing the lead again. It's back to a 2-2 game as we go to the 5th middle here. Kadis is super fast. He's already got a sticky cutting heist off from his med pack. Eats a little bit of damage himself. He hasn't really achieved much with this position other than cutting off heist from the med pack for a few seconds. He eventually moves forwards and gets it. Here comes the bomb!
Bomb in! Is Kadis going to go down? He's down! That's it for Kadis. Gear down as well on Made in Germany, and TLR looking good so far. Heist still up, takes out the scout, and actually that's everyone down now but Thune. And the chase is on for Thune. So that's what, 3 mids now in a row for TLR?
Yeah, they have definitely unlocked something. We should check that out on the next middle. Go to those team comms, but Thune dying late there. He probably could have just hit that old suicide bind and spawned maybe 10 seconds earlier. This team are really going to struggle to hold on to this last point, but this is process last. It's definitely one where you can see a lot of turnovers, a massive open area. You almost have to uber early for fear of the Sniper if you want to get into the face of that heavy weapons guy that you so often see here.
Yeah, this is one hell of a match, and I'm just really surprised because you talk about Kadis. He's so fantastic on this process rollout, and he can lock down that mid so easily, but we've seen now he goes down, and we have last now, Uber spawns. Heavy on last, and that's Samsy going heavy. And this is a pretty even exchange here so far, although Gear and Samsy down, this might be TLR again.
Yeah, everybody's super weak on the TLR side as well, but they had 6 players right up until the last few shots were fired there. I think they'd be pretty happy with that push.
TLR, that's their 3rd in a row, I believe.
Let's hear the mid comms. Let's see what their plan is. There's always a little bit of a calm before the storm, but hopefully we'll get some juicy stuff here.
Demo right side, he's got an early stick on me. Watch your stick. Nice, scouts.
Yeah, Demo's right.
Let's go left. Go for left.
Yeah, up top.
Scouts up top. Soldier,
Soldier
going
not
left.
help.
I'll
I'm down.
It's
Demo
okay.
point. Aggressive.
Soldier down.
Full
Scout
light.
destroyed.
One. Killing you. Break.
Soldier's taking 100 up top.
Go, Kali,
Top right side.
Kali, you go.
Everyone's taking
Oh,
100.
shit.
Leave.
Scout on left.
Fast.
Guys,
Scout's
guys,
85
low.
back, fella.
Just keep running last. We have Uber, that's
Yeah, we. Watch it, they're chasing.
Okay,
Wait.
I
Maybe
got
you can block. Maybe you can block second with this.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Don't
go.
let it go. Stay together, soldiers.
more Uber.
The control point is being captured.
Go.
Just use it.
Use it now.
No, it's a fail. I go for the medic. He didn't have it. No,
Go
he
to
got
this
it.
wall.
I'm out.
Uber.
I'm out. I'm last.
They use at least.
The right side, they're pushing right side, Demo's pushing right side.
Watch
No,
lobby
he's-
somebody.
He's backing out.
They were low, by the way.
Scout on point.
Far left
come in.
lobby, far left lobby.
4 scouts on the left.
Sorry,
Well,
jumping,
finish.
Mirla.
1 scout down.
Nice guys.
I'm down.
One side on Mirla. Mirla is...
Oh, Solly on me. Yeah, Solly on point. He's 200. He's full.
Soldier down.
Demo main with medic.
Demo second.
Soldier
Soldier
behind.
point.
Serbian.
Down.
Nice. Just demo medic. Care.
1 second.
Push up.
They
I've
are
got,
get- they are-
we got
they are
spawn
back.
soon.
I need a pick.
Oh, sorry.
Found. I'm on last
Just
now.
don't. Oh,
Wow, just had to leave those comms there for a while. It was getting interested.
What? I can't believe that defense in Liverpool. What a defense at last. I'm in disbelief. That's a shocker to me. It was looking for sure like Made in Germany were going to have it. Still, though, fighting this down. I don't know if they're going to recap. We're going to be holding last again, but
It's all about those scouts,
goodness.
man. You know, like the whole key to why that failed or why it was a successful hold is because they killed Bash and Samsey right at the start, and their scouts were alive for the cleanup afterwards. But right now, it looks like Made in Germany are going to continue with their Uber advantage. Rake goes down early. There's the bomb forward from Kadis. He's going to try and get into the combo here and do as much damage as possible. They've managed to turn it into a one-man advantage. Only, oh, but it's turned
look
into
at
an
this.
even fight.
Oh, look at this. Still on it. It's a soldier. Oh, my goodness. An
Kadis.
Uber saw is how the world ends. I've seen it. It's Foon with a big Uber saw, and we're 3-3. We're all tied. That was a thriller of an ending there for that round.
Yeah, still 8 minutes left on the clock though, and it's win difference 5 here in Europe, so this game is going to go on for at least those 8 minutes, I would guess.
Yep.
Look at both teams playing slightly passive. They're going to send in those roamers, and no joy there for Nox. I don't think he's actually the roamer, but he decided to bomb in with himself. Both soldiers have been targeted down here by
Kadis
Made in
down.
Germany. They really seem to want to keep their medic Thun alive this time. Great protection there. Ips opting not to jump in and just trying to destroy those soldiers, hooking up well with Samsey to keep their medic alive. And that
Not
was
the greatest mid that I've seen there from TLR, as they leave only Nox up. He was first down. We're
well,
calling
they
that
tried
away.
to do the same thing again, you know, like these teams, sometimes it just takes them 2 or 3 middles to figure something out, but if you keep running the same strat or making the same sort of play, eventually Ips is going to be like, yeah, I see what you're doing here, we're going to shut you down, and I think that's what happened right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, real smart kind of game sense by Made in Germany, anticipating what's coming, and now that's their second mid in a row that they've dominated. And you know, we said it, with just under 7 minutes left, every round and every encounter is very important here. You know, we're 3-3, and the next round might win this. We don't know yet.
Oh, Gear goes in deep to get Maryland there, so no heals left. As long as Made in Germany cluster around their medic, they can put out enough heals and damage to clean up the rest of these TLR players and take the lead
They're
again.
getting good
Maybe.
picks though by TLR.
I've called it too soon, no!
Heist is doing crazy work, and he goes down, and now it's the scout and the medic, Thun with 10 HP. And so TLR holding on, another miraculous defense. That's astounding. I mean, those are two of the best defenses of last that I've seen. Unfortunately, the repush last time cost them, but TLR has certainly figured out their last defense, picking up all the frags they need at the right moments.
Yeah, more often than not, it seems to be coming down to the demo men hitting big shots, like we saw Kadis cleaning up with a successful push on to last previously. There's Heist with big shots to hold on by the skin of their teeth right there. It looks like TLR are going to begin to push right now. They have an Uber advantage. And there's Samsey with the body shot on the Merlin.
Wow!
There's Jinx in there.
And Heist down as well to a headshot. So, farewell to the combo of TLR, and they will be missed. And we're going to see now Made in Germany going to run in, trying to get some heals out, but they're going to rush into the second. And you know what? Kyler wants something to say about that. He's in sewer creeping around.
What I don't get is right there, Kalu went in deep after Samsey got those 2 frags. Obviously, you know, he's the roamer, he should be thinking about pressuring the sniper, but the medic wasn't really too far from me either. He tried to kill the sniper, which is like a pointless frag at that stage after your own medic's already died.
Right.
But anyway, sometimes you just get that tunnel vision. There's Samsy with another headshot. That's going to be the entrance they need. They've got that damage, they've got that massive Uber advantage as well, and they are just looking for the frags here. They're not going to overcommit to the point this time. They're really trying to get the frags slowly and surely and sort of control this engagement, I think, with Getawhale.
Fight is up above here. We have Ips, who's standing above a window in the upper area. Is he going to just stay there? He's just, look at this. I don't know if anyone knows he's there.
There's a fight going on in the lobby as well as Samsy's sniper SMG does enough damage to ward off the scout of Kyler for fun there, but I didn't realise how badly that push had gone for Made in Germany. It seemed to be really struggling.
Ips is still up above. Do you see Ips here?
Oh wait, what?
Ips is just...
This is a new tips with Ips spot. He's hiding up top.
Oh my god,
Cadis is in.
Ips!
Ips
Oh my
comes
god,
behind.
Ips! Oh, he gets taken out by the heavy. That could have been huge, and that gamble sort of does not pay off for Made in Germany now, and
All he needed was
for the
one more
Germans.
rocket. If he had, I don't know, if he hadn't gone so close to the heavy or stayed in a corner, you know, where he could juke around the edge, he might be able to get one more rocket off.
Heavy might have had still a partial buff paid possibly as well.
Kyler was coming back as well. Oh, we can theory craft as much as we want, but the play wasn't successful.
It's all done now, and so recap second, and TLR continue to just dominate these defenses on the last point. I've really got to hand it to them. That's been the highlight for me.
You want to
so
hear
far.
some team comms? See what the mind says?
All of us do.
Keep on
Soldier
flank,
scouting,
massive
see.
flank, please.
I'm coming PC12 to you. No, that's fine. Okay.
Okay, this is...
To the soldier PC, please.
Get Sully in. He took 5. They took a lot on choke.
It's done. Let's go. Hey, bitch. I
Yeah.
go for the sniper behind. I
Yeah.
go for the sniper behind.
Soldier is low inside
yeah.
I
PC.
need
Sniper
it.
down.
I need it on here.
I
Demo.
go for the
Demo
demo.
on point.
Demo
Demo on
behind.
point.
Control point is being captured.
Don't overextend,
Come on.
guys. Don't overextend.
There's a guy
I'm with you,
PC.
Melo. I'm with you, Melo.
They're gonna jump over the rock.
We need to
Let's
win
go.
PC. There's a soldier
Scout
PC.
PC. Scout PC.
Hold
Deny.
on, hold on.
Let's sandwich this guy.
Move forward, slowly.
Scout 12.
Soldier in
Nice.
the soldier in the show gonna jump me.
He's
Watch
gonna
out.
jump, yeah?
He's backing. Second sorry. Focus, second sorry, choke. He's backing. Just go far right. We have advantage.
Let's go.
I need
Sorry,
the ammo pack here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so moving right along here, we've got 2.5 minutes left, Admirable, on this map, and TLR, they want to take it all the way to the house right now. They have an Uber advantage. They're back and they're going to cycle around, though.
Oh, they've just lost 2 players though. Heiss and Kyler
Yeah.
get mopped up there by Cadis and Gear, and Made in Germany. They're not going to go
and
for
they
Golden
get
Cap.
forced.
Dune doesn't even have it yet. Where it is? Dune's being chased right now. Made in Germany, they love that aggressive style, but I'm not sure if they were aware of the position of the combo or what exactly was going on, but
the scouts.
Uber Maryland got the jump on Dune there.
Simsy and Bash were going to look to capture mid, but we got Maryland with the needles trying to block the cap here. They got the second cap. Things are breaking down here a little bit. We had simultaneous caps going on, but the second cap goes to TLR. I'm wondering, is a minute and 40 though enough? Because
Look at the scouts of TLR, they're already in on last. There's no stickies on the point, but Cadis hits a pipe onto Kyler there. Cadis goes
This might
down
be
to this.
it. This might be it.
Could this be Made in Germany's first loss?
Heiss with the cap at last, and we've got what, a minute and 30 seconds left. Marble, this might be it.
I think we got to go to those TLR comms, see how they're going to play this mid.
Beginning.
They're probably gonna go really aggressive though. Like we might.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be
Demo
defensive.
sticky, demo sticky to your scouts.
Yeah, Demo's on right.
Demo weak, demo below early.
Children up here.
Break, I'm with you.
I
Break.
can't.
Soldier on
I'm
top
down.
to 50.
Get rape.
Get out.
Get back, yep.
Soldier 90, pocket.
Tyler, can you get out?
I'm trying to.
PC, watch
Don't
PC.
build, they're gonna push. Don't build, they're
Yeah,
gonna push.
don't build.
Soldier
PC low.
12.
Solid low.
Soldier is solo.
Come back, just come back. There in.
Go in.
Just go
Soldier.
last. Just go last. Go last. Go last. Save that you, bro.
Yeah, guys, please,
Heavy.
please.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Take heavy,
Guys.
heavy and fucking NG.
sorry.
No, maybe not NG.
Come top.
No.
Come top left.
We're heavy.
Heavy scout.
Guys, don't die, please.
Alert. The control point
I'm
is
Yeah,
spawning in
pushing
A.
last, I think. Watch sniper, Chris, expect
Green
Chris.
on
Solid
bottom.
close. Solid close.
Gonna get juggled in.
Are you burst?
He's
I
top
go
behind.
for the demo.
They're both
Right.
hold.
Top box.
Children's weak up
Took
top.
Demo blew the
He took down. Solid
Top
right.
on me.
Demo right. Boss good point. Boss good point.
Both scouts are weak.
Focus ammo.
Demo.
They're both scout.
Took a lot.
Demo down.
Just get the scout. Get the scout.
Nice,
Nice.
guys.
Nice.
Fucking
No
sick.
point.
point.
Wait, stand
No
point.
taunt, no taunt.
Wow. Wow is all I can say. GGs are being called out. There's 5 seconds left. TLR, are you kidding me?
Wow, they're going to be
4-3, and they're going to take the map.
regretting allowing Nox as a merc. Ips laughed earlier. He was like, yeah, Nox is terrible. Please use him as your merc soldier, your substitute. And here he is with the big calls, big plays. Let's see the logs, I suppose. Let's see what the stats tell us about this. But this is all but over. It is over.
Oh boy!
Map one anyway.
When does Nox sign his $1 million contract now with the TLR team? I'm wondering.
Let me remind everybody about the competition, because it's going to end whenever the second map starts. There should be a little bit of a delay here in between them changing servers, I guess. But again, the question is, how many damage points will the winning team produce on the second map? That's the map that's coming up, and that includes any potential golden cap. That's going to be Pro Viaduct. Post your answers on the ETF2L news post about this fixture, just the number. The closest to that figure wins. In the event of a tie, the person who posts first will win. And it's one person per vote. And we'll announce the voting closing whenever the second map starts. Leaving posts on the thread so you know that your vote no longer counts. Can I do any more than that, Getawhale?
There's nothing more you can do. I want to enter this, but I would never guess it right. I would guess some crazy, foolish number. I'm not watching I've changed windows. Do we have the logs up?
Oh, no doubt we do. I'm sure John is all over that, but I don't actually have the logs up, but I will now. Come on, baby.
Come on.
Yeah, I got it.
Linked in chat there.
You'd like it too, huh?
Let's see. Yeah, no, I got it. I'm all good. It was linked in chat. Thank you to Base or Basshead TF2 who linked it. A lot of damage put out by Cadus, and actually Nox had more damage than Heist in that map.
Yeah, he seemed to enjoy the chance to play. He had a lot of hills as well, though. He had 10k hills, and the way that Made in Germany have been playing, they don't give their soldiers that many hills. He's been playing a more traditional pocket role, and they seem to get the better of the Made in Germany soldiers over the course of that map. But then if you think about damage per hill, it's not so efficient, but they won. Can't complain, can't knock it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a moment a lot of people have been wondering if we were going to see this season,
Look
is
at Rake,
make Germany
actually,
drop
man.
a map.
Check this out, sort the stats by kills and assists per death. Like, Rake isn't usually a player that wows, but he's up there at the top. 33 kills, 14 assists, and 17 deaths. Putting out some decent numbers, and Callow as well. So, like, those guys sort of comprise the flank, if you will. I think Rake plays a little bit around the combo, actually, but those two definitely doing work.
Yeah, I would agree with that. One Uber drop aside, and so that was pretty even play by both medics, in my view, not a huge difference. A really close, I mean, that could have gone 4-3 in either direction. So many times TLR were backed up on their own last, and I mean, my God, Admirable, that could have easily been,
Look
could have been better than 4-3.
The mid wins as well, like that sort of tells or compounds that and really supports what you're saying. Like, Made in Germany won 5 of the middles, yet they only managed to score 3 rounds, so that's like at least 2 they couldn't convert. I wish we had their team comms. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if anyone's been paying attention to the ETF2L results, but there's a game we didn't manage to cast on Sunday there where Lego came close to being Made in Germany, or if you watch the logs, at least they seem to frustrate them. Ips is actually sick at the minute. He's been having a fever or something for the last few days, so he's not really performing at his top level by his own admission. You know, he's the caller for the team as well, so there's a few factors here that are making Made in Germany very beatable, and TLR have just managed to beat them.
I can already hear it now. Ips in the post game, I was sick, mate. I couldn't. I can hear him making excuses for it. You know, of how sick he was. I hear he's on the mend. But I don't know. You've got to wonder if you're making comms through a stuffy nose. Is that bad?
Well, one thing that this actually means is that, you know, Made in Germany are a team who get a lot of comparison with Epsilon because they sort of got a few Epsilon players in there. They'd set themselves up to be the sort of spiritual successors, or at least I did when I was trying to hype up the pre-season. But Epsilon never lost a game, and Made in Germany have just lost their first map. Or maybe Epsilon did lose one to Broder in the grand final. Let me correct myself, wherever it was. But they never lost a game in the main season. That's what I'm going to say. There's a record broken.
Yeah, so certainly a big deal here. I don't know if a lot of people would have seen that coming. And certainly, I mean, made in Germany, they didn't make any mistakes that I could pick out. I mean, there was no big glaring thing that they did wrong at all. Admirable. I just think that those defenses on last were just a huge, huge deal. If it wasn't for that, the Germans could have pulled out, 5 or 6 rounds, I think, easily. TLR was brick walls. I mean, I haven't quite seen defenses like that all in a row on the process map in a while. It was really astounding.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I thought, well, I did actually, in the little blurb in the write-up, I reckoned that process was the map where maybe TLR could take some points, but I just wrote that sort of half-heartedly. I say these things to make the game sound a little bit more competitive than I imagine they will be. But
You're just
actually,
BSing the whole time.
yeah, I'm like the hype man for TF2. I have to lie through my teeth sometimes, but wow, I'm
Flavor
astounded, totally astounded here.
Admirable, you're the Flavor Flav of TF2. Is that true? Can you confirm? You're
I've
the
got a
top.
big clock on a chain around my
You're the
neck
hype
right
man.
now. I'm wearing a Viking hat here, man.
It's amazing. I'd love to see that. Maybe we'll get an emoticon with Viking hat and clock, Admirable.
What's going on here with the server?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're switching over servers now, and so we're going to connect over. Yeah, I just remembered it's going to be a different port.